I just finished a good workout. I cannot lie. For years now, I've been kind of half-assing my workouts, leaving reps in reserve, as they call it, where I've done maybe 8 reps. I could have done 10 or 12. And so right now, I'm trying to adopt this mentality of when I'm in the gym and I'm doing a workout, especially if I'm just trying to get close to a personal best, I'm thinking now to myself, like, you're at war for that set. You're at war with the weight. You're at war with yourself. Push yourself as much as you can, because that's where the real muscle growth happens. And also, do your best to control the weight. This is one of the biggest game changers, I think, in workouts in general, because, it's all easy just kind of throwing it up and letting it drop, throwing it up and letting it drop. And that's impressive, can't lie. However, the real kind of stretch and tear in your muscles, and look, I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I ain't got that, I ain't got those big biceps. But what I can say is you definitely feel it more in your muscles when you not only push and contract, but also when you come down on the eccentric, or basically when you're coming down, control that weight. And actually, one other visual cue, or one other mental cue I have, is when you're bringing it down, imagine as if you're pulling it back down with that muscle. Instead of just letting it sag, think as if you're pulling it down with that muscle. If you're doing a bicep curl, right, obviously you got to flex the bicep when you're coming up. But when you're going down, imagine that the bicep is pulling that arm down and then back up, and then the bicep is pulling it back down. It hurts, and I'm still got to get used to it, but it actually does make a difference in feeling. And also afterwards, you get a nice pump, I guess, if you want to call it that. And so the other thing that I wanted to say is it takes a long time to get used to it. There's always this fear in the back of your mind that you're going to get injured. What if you tear a muscle? And that is a fear, for me, valid. And also, it's something that I just consciously need to work on until it becomes ingrained in my subconscious, to really push and push and push till the finish. Because I've never ever been like that. I'll be very honest with you. I've always worked out within a comfort zone. And, thank God, I've been able to improve on my physique over the last 5 years, but never really got to a point where it's like, wow, I'm in such solid shape. Part of that comes with your diet. The diet is probably the biggest contributor to looking and also feeling good, right? There's no point putting on all that muscle unless you're doing a proper dirty bulk. And if you're going to eat crap, and you're not going to feel good as well. And one other thing, you should also try and prioritize your sleep. I will make a future video on this, but sleep is so important for your gym gains. It is so important. I wish I knew this years ago. And I knew it, but I didn't realize how big an impact it would make. It's about having a consistent bedtime, but also trying to not look at your phone or electronics about half an hour before you go to sleep. It makes a huge difference. Try and finish your day with a bit of calm instead of just going into bed after a high-stress argument or watching something very disturbing, Also, final tip. I still listen to, rap songs in the gym, but I will tell you something. Movie and game soundtracks, though, 10 times better. I was never a fan of Halo, but you slap on that Halo theme with the Scorpion mix, bro, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. So, yeah. Peace out.